just a short introduction on prototyping, just to give you some example of prototyping tools and methods. I just made the list, you can check them later. Okay, there are different ways of prototyping our ideas with others, and the business model canvas or the social business model canvas, you know, when we try to put everything in one page, it's one way of doing it, and Leonora will present it later for us. Together with another similar canvas that will be presented by Matera Hub, by Gabriela, I imagine, with the creative project canvas. Then the story canvas is another tool that we selected to present it today, which is very useful for crowdfunding, for instance, campaign, and I'll be the one responsible to do it. But there are also other tools there, like the theory of change canvas, that you can find it in the iOS 7, journey map, stories, storyboard, drawings, role-playing, videos, collages, pitching. You know, there's so many ways of prototyping. This is just a short list, just to have an idea of what we mean when we talk about prototyping tools and methods. And because we are really really late, a little bit late in our schedule, I will just go into the presenting the tool, the story canvas that we selected from iOS 7. And I thought about it, as I said, because it's so useful in planning any video campaign. And when we talk about crowdfunding, we know that crowdfunding, it's actually in the end a video campaign. There's no crowdfunding without a video pitch. And this story canvas was, the story canvas was developed by digital storytellers from Australia. And they made it especially for this kind of campaigns, crowdfunding or advocacy campaigns, for instance. This spring, I had the opportunity to participate in some of their training courses online. Thanks to the pandemic, they went online with their workshops. And it was such a blast to see how actually they use it in their work. And the story canvas is inspired, of course, by the business model canvas, and they recognize it. However, it just goes a little bit different, and I will explain shortly how it is. This is, I just made a screenshot from their website. You can go on their website, and or I will show you after I exit the presentation. You can fill it out there, they have the boxes. It's like a form that you can work on, and then at the end, just download your canvas for your story. So it's really cool, and it's free. And this is how it works. I made a short summary for each block of the canvas. And as you can see, they start with the basis of the canvas, a little bit different from the business model canvas. So with any campaign that you have, you have an idea. To prototype that idea, first you have to think, okay, what's the outcome? What I want to have with my campaign. Let's say with the crowdfunding campaign will be probably mobilize resources, but maybe also enrich the community of the social business, for instance. So first will be establish your outcomes. Second, put these outcomes in a sort of indicator so that you know how you can gonna follow the success. And it might be the number of people that will back up your crowdfunding campaign, the money that you raised, the number of reactions that you got from the community, the comments, whatever indicators that could be there. Then the third step, while filling out the canvas, will be thinking about the audience. What is the primary audience of the campaign? So what will be in the crowdfunding campaign could be, they have to think, the entrepreneurs have to think about the people that will back up and give money to their business. And secondary are all the others that will hear, of course, about the crowdfunding campaign. And in this case, you might think about their profile, what kind of reaction, emotions you want to get from them, and what will be the impact over the audience. Then the four steps, it will go on the other side of the canvas, where you start. This is the moment where, okay, this is my audience, this is the outcomes that I want to reach. Then I have to think what places and which people I want to include in my story, so that these people and places will be relevant for my story, for the audience, and for the outcomes that I want to achieve. Then based on that, I will decide what will be the key messages that I want to include in my story. And usually you have to think about 3 things that you want, to repeat to make sure that your audience will remember about your story. And then you go from there, okay, what will be my call to action? Like what I'm expecting the people to do. Of course, in any crowdfunding campaign, the call to action in the end will be, give us your money and we give you the rewards. But it's nice to see how you want to transmit that, how you want to share the message in that call to action. Then after you have these, you go to point 7, the block 7, again on the other side of the canvas, where you decide, okay, with this audience, with this message, with these people and places that I want to involve in my story, what will be the style and the tone that I want to use? It will be, dramatic. It should be about, a little bit humorous, should be serious. You decide what style and tone, what music, what colors, when should you film your campaign, in what background and context and so on. And finally, only at the end, in the step 8, in the block 8, you will decide how the campaign will go. What will be, the delivery channels, where you are going to promote your story, what people could support you in, sharing the story and bringing it in the front of more people. What kind of partnerships you need, what will be the most important of the campaign, and so on. And only at the end you go to the core of the canvas and decide, okay, this is the story, this is the structure, this is the type of the story that I want to say. Because most of the time we are inclined to start with the story. This is how I want to tell the things without thinking about all the other things. Digital storytellers recommend and made this canvas and made us, to go through all these steps before making the final decision about the concept, the structure, and the type of story I want to tell. So this is the story canvas, very short presentation, and I want to do an exercise with you. I will show you a video with the crowdfunding campaign, which was really nice. They wanted to raise $25,000. That was their goal, and they managed to raise $66,000. It's on Kickstarter, and I'll show you the video. I hope that. Let me just check if I share the sound. Yes. Okay, and based on, just to tell you, so pay attention to the video. It's a 2-minute video. And what we're gonna do, we will try to, based on this video, based on the final story, we will try in teams to fill out the canvas, with the information that we could have from the video, just to learn the structure of it, okay? But let's watch the video and then I will come back with the explanations again for the exercise.
Alex South is an artist based in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Hi.
He is a photographer, bookmaker, and ping pong player. Alec does not like to talk about his own accomplishments.
Sorry.
But he is considered one of the most important photographers of his generation. His work has been featured in numerous solo and group exhibitions, including the 2004 Whitney and Sao Paulo biennials. Alec uses photography to tell stories. And now, he wants to help young artists use their art to do the same.
You can't really teach the kind of work that I do in a classroom. It's all about being out in the world, looking around and exploring. Because depending on how you look and where you look, you might just find a story. My high school art teacher would take us out on these walks. We didn't have cameras, but he would just take a mat board and he would just hold it over stuff. Say, look at this, look at that. And that simple act of just being out of the classroom, in the world, looking at stuff, was so inspirational. What's exciting is the idea of this new generation engaging with things, caring about things. An artistic process can help make that happen.